Meow. Meow. So we'll start with the head and then we'll zoom out a bit. So I'm just kind of mapping the shapes here, getting the shape for that long pointy chin with that wide open mouth. Just going cautiously and drawing light pencil lines to start with, so I have the opportunity to do some erasing if I need to. So I hope it shows up well enough for you. I'm so open to feedback, so if there are some suggestions that you want to make, I'm happy to hear them. Let me know about them in the comments. I like the ears. A lot of times when I'm just going back over the lines and stuff, it's kind of part of my thought process. Feeling out where I want to go next. So I'll pop in that mouth shape first. It's a really important part of this drawing. That wide open yawny mouth. Yawny, or you could kind of characterize it into a yelling cat too, which they like to do when they want their supper. And I love to hear about your cat. Tell me about your cat in the comments. How many cats do you have? What's your cat's name? What part of the world are you watching from? I love to hear from you. So that line there is really important too, to help me place the eyes. Oh, here comes Sharma for a little visit. That's Sharma right there. She can have the spotlight for a moment here, and then we'll get back to what we're doing. She usually pays a visit in the middle of just about every video. In fact, I can't usually sit down at my drawing desk without her plopping herself onto my sketchbook. Studio mascot. Just getting these eyes in here gently and carefully, with light lines, just in case I need to change them. And yes, please join our cat drawing art workshop on Facebook. You'll find the direct link to that in the video description below. It's for people who seriously want to draw cats. Darken up those lips around there just to help that mouth kind of stand out and look like that wide open mouth that it is. And I want to go easy on the inside of the mouth. I don't want to show too many details, otherwise they will pop right out and they'll look like they're coming forward rather than being a big hollow empty space. The fangs. And when I first got these fangs down here, I made them a little bit too curvy. So I need to erase them and make them a little straighter. Fine line eraser is great. That's one that I got from Staples. It's made by Staedtler. It's a little bit rough, so I don't know if you want to use it on good artist quality paper, but it's great for sketchbook. We'll give it another try. Yeah, I like that better. And I don't want to do a whole lot more inside the mouth besides a hint of teeth. Just a suggestion of those little middle teeth. And I don't know why the camera's shaking a little bit. It could be because my head is bumping against what I've got it supported by. Something I'll have to check into next time. Always looking for ways to improve my videos. So as I say, any suggestions, I love to hear them. A little bit of markings. Adds more cattishness. And a hint of markings, you know, of the tabby markings on the face. That was a little bit rough looking. Let's try that again. Erasers are great. Erasers are your best friend. And you can draw with an eraser too. You're not just always erasing with an eraser. You can also draw with an eraser. You know, when you're just picking out the lines, just the right amount of lines and stuff, that's really part of drawing with an eraser. It's just as important of a drawing tool as your pencil is. So we'll put just a light suggestion of tongue and stuff in here. It's easy to overdo it because we really want that mouth to be like a big, you know, a big dark hollow cave more than anything. Anywhere you want it to, you know, things to be really noticed, then you can darken them up. And when you see me hesitate here a little bit, sometimes I'm reaching for a darker pencil, a softer pencil. So I want to darken up that top lip so it stands out for us. Oh, I've got a visitor again. And meanwhile, her sister Shanty is just always napping. I've got one lazy one and one crazy one. And the crazy one is the senior. Sharma is 11. And Shanty's only about 6. But Sharma's only been with me for a year. I wanted a gentle senior as a companion for Shanty, and it worked out well. Okay, now we'll get into the body here. Again, starting with light lines to allow room for corrections. Erasure, I guess, is why I want light lines, because it's easier to erase light lines. It's not even so much the lightness or darkness of them, it's how hard you press to get them. If you press hard, then what you're doing basically is digging into the paper, so that makes it harder to erase because it's dented right into the paper. So that's something you want to keep in mind. At the end, if you really must get some darker, like really dark lines in, and you can press harder, just know that it's going to be harder to erase if you do. And I got all those feet up a little bit high. I want to put them down a little bit lower. I want her to be stretched out a bit more than I got her to start with. And again, I just start with ovals for the paws. Bit of suggestion of the tabby stripes coming down into the body. I'm just kind of contemplating how much lower I want these paws to go. Just fumbling for a different pencil, I guess. And this is all voiceover. I don't find it works to talk while I'm drawing. So I just tape my drawing and then I do voiceover after. And I see a little ear poking in there too. She's coming to see us again. Oh, maybe that was just my pencil shadow. Yeah, those are ears all right. I mean, the shadow, Sharma's ears sneaking in, not what I'm drawing. So I'm just kind of blocking in those shapes around the ovals that I started with. Just want the paws different, interesting shapes. Each one's a little bit different shaped. And again, because I used light lines, I can erase easily. Little toe beans, just a suggestion. I don't worry about getting them in the exact same places that I see. In fact, most of the time now I don't even look at the photo when I put the toe lines in. Just because I know cat toes well. Drawn lots of cats, lived with lots of cats. Had my life run by lots of cats. Just a suggestion of fur covering those back paws. And some of these lines that I thought were a little bit harsh, I kind of soften them up or get rid of them completely with the eraser. And I try to be really spontaneous with the lines. Sometimes I don't get them exact the way that the photo looks, but I'm not aiming for copying the photo. I'm aiming for my own interpretation. And if I try to correct every little error, that's when I take away that beautiful impressionistic or expressionistic look. I just want it to be what it is. I want to leave the character and life in it. If you've got an idea for a position of a cat, a certain cat pose you want to see drawn, please let me know. That's what the comments are for. Trying to build a community here. So I want to go easy with adding more details in the mouth. I already feel like that's a bit much. Just kind of making it come forward more when we want it to sink back. And we really have a bit of a problem with the camera shake. I'll have to figure out what that is. I don't think we need the finished drawing sitting beside us anymore because we're almost getting this one finished. Yes, and again, there's that reminder for our cat drawing art workshop on Facebook. Love for you to join us in the group if you are truly serious about cat drawing. Now is the stage where I kind of start darkening up some of the lines and leaving some a little lighter. And that's all part of what makes an interesting drawing. Some thicker lines, some thinner lines, some darker lines, some lighter lines. Lots of interest. Leads the eye around the drawing well. Lighten that up a bit too. I don't want to fuss too much above those back paws because I want them to sink into the background too, because they're, they're in the background. So add a few little bits of tabby marks again, and or enhance the ones I've got, I should say. And that's when I reached for a really dark pencil. And that would be, I think it's about a 8B is the darkest I have in these ones. And these ones are Staedtler graphite matte or matte black or something like that. They're not as shiny as regular graphite pencils. Because sometimes, especially when I'm making videos, if I use regular graphite pencils, it looks pretty shiny on the camera, so it makes it hard to see. But I like these ones, and they're a bit darker too, so they help stand out more on video. So I encourage you to try different supplies and find what works for you. Hint of a tail back there. You can sort of see a tail, but we want to keep it light. And, just kind of to help push it into the background. We just want to know what's there. This is the fine tuning at this stage. You want to soften that up. Help it push back into that deep, dark cave of a mouth. Right now I'm kind of getting a bit of texture on the, the area beside the nose where the whiskers are going to be coming from. Because, I don't really get into totally drawing dots anymore. Notice how I've had some crossover there with the whiskers too. Helps it look more authentic if I can have the whiskers going in the same direction but also not, kind of a little, it gives authenticity because the whiskers are real cat whiskers, have some crossover. And I just put 4 whiskers on each side. There's more whiskers than that, but I don't want to overdo it and overweight the face. And some people ask, well, don't you do the eyebrow whiskers? Not very often, because I feel like it throws the face off balance. They don't stand out as well as the front whiskers, the main whiskers. Thank you so much for watching.